Hey everyone, welcome back to Nadlin Forum Podcast Daily. I'm Ruby Sturt and I'm here as always with Leor. Leor, how you doing?
I'm good, Ruby. Thanks. And I mean, not to sound like a broken record, but we're back with another week of rate talk. Except, kind of for once, the big story is how little things are moving, right?
Yeah, totally. It's almost odd reporting nothing much happened, but that's actually the news this week. So for people who haven't checked rates lately, 30-year fixed mortgages have just been hanging out between 6.31% and 6.39%. That's, 4 weeks now at barely any movement?
Basically, yeah. It's the tightest range we've had since mid-September. Like if you qualify for those top-tier rates, so strong credit, decent down payment, probably owner-occupied, you're looking at the best numbers since before the last Fed announcement. Not a bad spot to be, honestly.
And the Mortgage News Daily Index is just like holding up the receipts, saying, "Yup, we double-checked, it's that steady." I mean, it's funny though, I've been chatting with my cousin back in Melbourne, total real estate nerd by the way.
Is she thinking about buying?
She is. And she keeps telling me how rates in Australia are like always jumping around way more than in the States right now. She's emailing screenshots like, is it really this calm there? Makes you realize sometimes boring is good when you're house hunting.
Yeah, especially when you compare to my early days working mortgages in Tel Aviv. I mean, back then, if a government official sneezed, you could see rate sheets move by lunch. But this week, nothing. No major economic data out, bond markets dozing, and we even had a Jerome Powell speech that basically put everyone to sleep. No big swings, no panicked reactions.
Right, and you mentioned it's not just a random quiet patch. There's an actual reason. So the ongoing government shutdown means a lot of those reports that typically shake things up, like jobs data and CPI, just aren't coming out. The market's kind of stuck in neutral, yeah?
Totally. It's weird because you get used to planning your day around these economic releases. Now, with all those numbers delayed, volatility just kind of evaporates. And it's funny how, as we saw in episode 9, the shutdown messes with things beyond just government workers is jamming tai bape in charmfo. More gurkigers. Merge World 2.
That's right. It's like the calm before the storm. I always think when markets get too quiet, they're basically just waiting for something big to drop. Maybe that's the media training in me, but I get antsy when it's eerily calm.
And when that backlog of reports finally comes out, it's not going to stay this peaceful. Anyone who's been watching the markets long term knows rate calm doesn't last forever.
So for everyone listening who's thinking, what do I even do with this information? This is honestly a good window for borrowers, right? Especially those who fit the top tier box for credit and down payment.
Exactly. I mean, if you're refinancing or buying and you're in that group, you can lock in a stable, attractive rate without panicking over daily movements. There's a little less FOMO, missing out on the perfect day, because each day is looking pretty similar right now. Take advantage while you can. Because, like we said, once those reports hit, rates could shift fast.
And I want to share a quick real-world story on that. We had a client from Nadland Capital Group just last week who snapped up a really nice rate for a Brooklyn investment property. He'd been on the fence because of the way rates were yo-yoing earlier this year, but this steady patch finally gave him the confidence to pull the trigger. Smart move.
Good timing on his part. And if you're listening, you don't need to obsess every hour, but definitely start tracking those upcoming economic reports. When those job numbers, CPI, and retail sales flood back in, things may move quickly. So a little bit of prep now pays off.
Yeah, build your game plan while the stakes are low. And hey, if you missed our earlier episodes on timing rates or handling volatility, especially episode 7, definitely give those a listen for some extra strategy tips.
Absolutely. We'll keep you posted as soon as the market wakes up again. Trust me. Ruby, always a pleasure chatting through the quiet news with you.
Same, Lior. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be back with more updates when, the market actually moves. See you next time.
Thanks, Ruby. Bye, everyone. Stay ready.